Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. Thank you for watching another What Else is Going On, aka We Go Podcast YouTube video. I'm your girl, your host, Taria. I feel like it's been a long time since I left y'all. I mean, not left, but since I've been down here. I was thinking of the song. It's been a long time since I left you without a dope beat to step to. That's the words, right? Because I'm the black person that knows like 87.6% of the words. But anyway, I missed y'all. I hope that y'all had a wonderful holiday for Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate, but just took the day off or had like the day and the weekend off, all that stuff. I hope that y'all are rested up and ready to go into this week. My parents came down. My mom came Wednesday night. Then my dad came Thursday. My brother came. One of my brothers came. My youngest brother lives in New Orleans. I think I told you all this with his wife and my new nephew. Um, so my brother came. Then my girlfriend and her daughter came. So we're all came. We had a good time. And then y'all, so we had all this food. And then my husband Corey had went out Thanksgiving Day. He ran to the store to get something, and then he bought stuff so he could cook us breakfast Friday because he likes cooking breakfast. So we got up and I took the day off and we had a nice breakfast. And then we watched, y'all, my favorite, hands down favorite movie of all times. Nights like this, I wish that raindrops would fall. Let it rain on me. Yeah. The five heartbeats. Okay. Y'all, I can reenact scene by scene. I just, there's something about that movie that I've loved since it came out. And I've always said that I was going to interview Robert Towson. I was going to reach out to him to be on my other podcast. One of my dreams would be how they were doing tours, the Five Heartbeat cast and Robert Towson some years back. And my dream would be to interview them as a panel, to facilitate a panel with them and just talk about being Black in the industry and how the movie was almost set up from the beginning to fail, but 25 years later, it's more popular than it's ever been in the different lives. That is literally like my dream to do that. Well, one of my, I won't even say goals because I haven't actively pursued it. Like I said, I was going to for my other podcast that I host, Tales from a Butterfly, that's been on hiatus for 4 years, but I've always wanted to do that. Because my actual goal is to be a part of a panel like View style, kind of, but I would like to moderate, like introduce the subjects, ask people's thoughts, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so we watched the Five Heartbeats. That's my favorite movie, hands down. Then got my daughter her Christmas present early because we got her a MacBook 7 years ago and it wouldn't keep a charge. And she uses it for everything for school. So we got her with the Black Friday special, got her, ordered my son his phone. It's weird because those are the things that we would normally give them like on Christmas morning with some other stuff. So, but my oldest child times had definitely changed. She just moved into an apartment. So she's like, I'll send you my appliance list, y'all. But overall, I had a wonderful Thanksgiving and day after Thanksgiving. So there is two topics that I wanted to talk to y'all about. My parents are traveling, so I took them to the airport and I was like, I'll start work a little later, but let me get this video out. But I just missed y'all. I feel like we're catching up. So this video is going to be short. Just two things that I want to talk about. First up, LL Cool J. That came out weird because I was thinking of LL Cool J, but I was talking it, not rapping it. Anyway, let's get into some things that he had to say. This is according to TMZ. LL Cool J, greatest, most important rapper is me. And then TMZ says, does he have a point? LL Cool J isn't waiting until he passes to smell the roses. He ordered himself a bouquet of hip hop flowers, and the little card reads, he's the greatest rapper of all time. That was the definitive statement when LL recently sat with Apple Music's Lee Code, is that how you say it? LE and then CODE podcast, where he put his legacy in stone. I'm going to say this humbly, but I really mean this. I think one day people are going to wake up and realize that LL Cool J is the most important rapper that ever existed. I truly believe one day people are going to say that. He colorfully continued to make his case using an array of bejeweled metaphors, but LL spit his brightest gems, reminding fans of the game changers he contributed to the hip hop culture. They're going to say, when it comes to the love songs, they're going to say, this is the guy that introduced the love songs, and we love that ish. when it comes to the GOAT terminology, they're going to say this is the guy who came up with all the GOAT stuff. I could go on and on and on. Before everyone goes, now this is TMZ. Before everyone goes all scorched earth on LA, Lord, on LL, just know he's probably been rocking the bells before most of today's streaming audience was even born. His first album, 1985's Radio, was Def Jam's first LP, and his 2000 album, GOAT, featuring James T. Smith, the greatest of all time, pretty much speaks for itself on where he's long seen his place in the game. We spoke to him in August after the release of his 14th album, The Force, and he fiercely defended the work ethic it takes to be a successful rapper. So we got to ask, is LL the GOAT or nah? So what do y'all think? Um, those of y'all that are rap heads, I wouldn't consider myself like, some people just know like all about music, hands down. But I don't know. I'm not into it like that, but I love what I love. I'm more of the groups that were in like the 90s, like those like Escape. Mariah Carey wasn't a group, but like those, I'm into that. You know what I mean? I like some of the new stuff or whatever, but I'm always the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is one of my favorites of all time. So for those of y'all that are, you know, old school rap heads or just rap heads in general, or just love music in general, whether it's R&B, rap, alternative music, what have you, do y'all agree with LL that he is in fact the greatest of all time? So I wonder if he's putting into account his work ethic. Like the article said, he's talked about his work ethic before. So he's not just talking about putting out the album and the lyrics, but the time he's taken to craft his career. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Next up, Drea Michele. Let's get into it. This is according to the New York Post. Jets quarterback Tyrod Taylor's breakup gets uglier as cops called to evict model Drea Michele from $3 million home. Jets backup quarterback Tyrod Taylor and Drea Michele still are at odds over a property they once shared in Southern California before their 2023 breakup. In court documents filed November 26th and obtained by the Daily Mail, the 39-year-old model claims Taylor, 35, sent officers to the Los Angeles home to evict her and her 3 kids. That filing came after Drea sued Tyrod for breach of contract in June in separate court documents and claimed he threatened to evict her from the same home, which he purchased in August of 2022 while they were still dating, that he allegedly verbally agreed to sell her. I know y'all was dating, but should have got it in writing. In her latest filing, Drea claimed she was away on a business trip when sheriffs showed up to the home to evict her and her kids. On 11/20/2024, Miss Howard, so Drea Michele Howard, received an alarming phone call from her children's nanny while she was away on a business trip that the sheriffs were, what was she doing? Like what kind of business? Well, that the sheriffs were at this subject property to lock the occupants out of the subject property. The November 26th filing read. Michelle has a son, Nico, 21, Drew, I think 8, it's spelled Jrue, from a previous relationship with former NFL quarterback Orlando Scandrick. And she and her current boyfriend, Rockets guard Jalen Green, welcomed a daughter in May. Taylor and Michelle, so Tyrod and Drea, are said to have started dating in 2020 and they called it quits sometime last year. So that would be 2023. Okay. In her June filing, which was obtained by TMZ, Drea alleged that Tyrod surprisingly threatened to evict her from the home. Now, this was in June, paperwork, that he had threatened to evict her from the home, that she said they verbally agreed he would sell to her. She said the verbal agreement was made while they were dating. Drea said in the lawsuit that she agreed to pay Tyrod $3.2 million for the home in January of 2024 after Taylor countered her original offer of $2.8 million. So basically, she offered 2.8. He said 3.2. So she agreed to pay him 3.2. And this agreement allegedly was in January of this year, 2024. The actress also claimed they agreed to terms that any contributions she made to the property, such as home improvements or mortgage payments, would go toward the price of the home whenever she decided to purchase it from Taylor. Drea claims she put $300,000 in the home with the understanding that the money would go toward the price, the 3.2, she agreed to pay for the property. Taylor has yet, so Tyrod, right? Yeah. has yet to address the matter publicly. The quarterback signed a 2-year deal with the Jets in March and made one appearance in week one. Tyrod was on the Giants the past 2 seasons, playing in 14 games. So look, bottom line is boyfriend, friend, nothing. You need to get that stuff in writing. That much is clear. What's going on with this lighting? Can y'all see me? Anyway, yeah. So he filed paperwork to evict her. So it looks like she's still in the house for right now. Child, again, this is why you got to get it in writing. The sheriffs had pulled up and said, ma'am, you got to go. But as of for right now, she's in the house. I believe she flew back and did an emergency filing. I had that, but looks like it just, oh no, that was in another article. Yeah, she flew back and did an emergency filing. So for right now, she is still in the home, man. And I forgot that that her 8-year-old was by um the guy from, what would they say, Orlando Magic or whatever. Was that the guy that I might be confusing the men, but the man that she has her 8-year-old by, is that the same? Well, his name Orlando Scandrick. Is that the same guy that allegedly was dating Jackie Christie's daughter? Remember they had that whole conversation? Maybe not. Maybe that might be somebody different. I thought that was the same guy. Anyway, Drea. Ooh, Drea, you better. Well, I hope it works out for you. I hope it sorts out for you. What does Drea do? I know that she has her line of swimwear, but and I'm not even saying this to be shady or funny. I'm just truly wondering, like, what else does she do? But listen, kudos to her, because she could have saved her money from Basketball Wives investments. We don't know. We can look at the outside and think she was going to pay 3.2, but we don't know what she has. She could have made some very, very good investments, and she could be doing work that we don't even know she's doing with different companies and businesses. So shout out to Drea, but I hope her and her kids, if that is truly an agreement that they made, I hope that he has to uphold his end of the deal and her and her children are not put out. I guess she trusted his word, but to put in $300,000, I mean, if you got it like that, it's all relative. Maybe that 300,000 wasn't nothing to her. Remember when Mia said she put in that $60,000 on her second season on that rental? I don't know if I believe that, but remember she said it. And then the third season, they were out. Anyway, y'all, I will be back with some more stories. Let me know what y'all think about LL Cool J. Do y'all think he is the greatest of all time? And what y'all think about Drea and almost being evicted? I will talk to y'all later. See ya. Here I go again. Oh, there we go.